we live right now? Let's see. I can't hear myself. Oh, now I can hear myself. Lower the damn music. There you go. Top chat. How about live chat? How about that? How about the thing that people could be up to date with as the automatic setting? That would be phenomenal. Phenomenal. What's that from? Muppets? Someone's got to let me know. Yo, Tainted Meat first in the chat. Yo, you kidding me? Brandon Miller. Me? I don't want to hear myself twice. What's up, Mikey? Yo, Eric Cartman. Yo, what up? Robbie. Cancel Frass. King Christopher. New to the channel. Good morning. Yo, what up? What up, pimp? Walking in with that pimp cane, bro. Yo, hopefully it turns around soon, but doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it too, bro. We're gonna get into it. You kidding me? We're popping the caffeine. We're getting into it because, as always, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Why am I in the darkness? Turn the light on. Can't see. Oh wow, that brightens up the room a shit ton. It also blinds the ever-living crap out of me because I still have yet to nail down a good lighting setup. I don't want to see why am I that? There you go. Changing camera. This so bright because ideally I got a diffused one over there, but it can't get the color I like. We're gonna figure this out. Actually, you know what? You know what would probably be tough as nails? Oh, dude, that actually goes crazy. The above. Oh yeah, I gotta get a tripod or some type of arm and hold it like up here. Oh yeah. Are you kidding me? Progressing every day. You have to. You have to. World War III. Tell me about it. We got time. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it a little bit, maybe, because it fits into the petrodollar, all that stuff going on. The crazy. I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces. I don't think it's just one thing. It's a big chessboard altering move. Wonder if today is the day, and if so, I mean, how many days in a row has everyone been going? Oh, today's the day. People think he's gonna chicken out again. But who knows? It has been a little bit. So now, because listen, we're going to get into it, guys. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Because we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. But we got to give people just a second to show up. Because if people show up and they're like, oh my God, what's going on? Hopefully Donald wakes up in a good mood this morning. Oh my God. Otherwise they're cooked. Yeah, but the thing is, how many times has he backed out? And then on the same hand, I'm like, it actually, he has seemingly given them leeway, you know, just in terms of keep pushing it. Who knows? Who knows? He's supposed to be meeting with G next month, supposedly. Anyone else prepping some stuff today before World War III? Yo, stop it. I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it, bro. It's like, because people are fear-mongering and they're going, oh my God, the energy lockdowns are coming, all this shit, like the rat lockdowns around too. People are floating that around. Imagine. That would be fucking awful. We just fucking live life, dude. Trump said if they don't make a deal tonight, there will be no civilization. I know. This is crazy. Did you see the banks and crypto companies supposedly reached a deal? Not sure what to think of it. Yeah, they supposedly kind of reached this deal, I feel like a week or two ago at this point already. But I keep seeing stuff heat up that they might not even release the text to the public. It might just kind of like do it in private at this point forward. But we've seen and heard a lot of stuff that they seem to have solved the issue. It's that supposed issue. I don't think that was kind of the core issue. I don't know. Yo, what up? What up, Denny? Seeing what? Seeing more with Mask? What do you mean? Wonder when Xi makes his move on Taiwan. Seems like a great time. Yo, I just hope everyone let's just vibe. I mean, come on, can we not do all this bullshit about that? You see got a hankering for a good chicken sandwich. Who makes the best one? Oh, I don't know. You'd probably have to find a local place in the end, depending on where you live at. But I think Chick-fil-A's got a pretty good chicken sandwich. You know, it's not like, it's just a good chicken sandwich, you know? I don't think it's anything super, super spectacular, but it is good. I think Meat Canyon, Papa Meat, he did a him and his buddies, they drive around in a van and they literally go hit up every single chicken sandwich spot, and then he compares them live. It's just such a hectic ass video, dude, because the characters they encounter at the driveways at different places, they rank the whole thing. They rank how the people treated them, all the service, all this bullshit. Those are fucking great videos. Boomers try to tell us how hard their life was. Look around, bro. Bro, Project Bluebeam is coming. Project Bluebeam's coming to a town soon near you. Who knows? Maybe for their wives. What? I see. I remember sending civilians to protest at the power plants. Oh, I don't know. It's so impossible to know what's even real at this point. It's actually crazy. Train gets hit. They said they will cut the underwater cables and we lose all internet until Elon flips the switch for all the satellites and we switch over to Starlink. Yo, that is actually crazy. That is actually like a big brain play. Imagine that. Of course that would happen. What the fuck? Damn, he's got the you got the problem. There's the reaction solution. Interesting. That's an interesting one. My wife's a boomer. She's never happy, so don't know what you bitching about. Wonder what aliens use for currency. I don't know. People argue it's XRP. Dude, that fucking time travel and theory video we were watching last week, someone, you guys like all recommended it. That was so crazy. The looking glass. The looking, yeah, I know that they're out there saying it's XRP. I don't know. Who knows what it will end up being? It's insane. Maybe you don't even know. I don't know. Maybe there's an Elon coin, you know, and it just becomes the de facto stable coin, and everyone uses that. I believe aliens. I don't know. That's a deep rabbit hole, you know. It's all too deep. And a lot of bullshit mixed in. Some of them are bullshit. A lot of bullshit mixed in. It's crazy. The fuck is this, like, British rap shit? What is this? The hell is this, bro? What the fuck? You thought, boy? No. A lot of boomers don't care about global crisis. They've seen so much happen and not happen. Yeah. I think just nobody cares anymore. I see tweets and TikToks like that all the time. People like such doom, and people like, I just don't care anymore. You know, people are fucking done. No one gives a shit. We know what this all is. It's so crazy. There is Dogelon Mars ticker, Elon. Who knows, man? Who knows? Is James Willie the sniper? I don't know who that is. Him? They say they're demons. Yeah, I mean, it's the never-ending theories, the ancient texts and all the weird shit going on. Old psychedelics and stuff. I mean, crazy. Sniper guy I've seen lately is legit. I'm not sure who that is. I guess I'd have to look it up. Apparently Starlink satellites are now all in place and cover the whole globe. I mean, we covered it on the channel when he was wait, I'm gonna lower this guy. When he was up on stage at the X fucking shareholder thing, all the products and everything coming together in SpaceX IPO and supposedly this year. Crazy valuation and probably the inevitability to put Tesla under that company eventually. I would just guess, you know, that's crazy. Because I don't know, I was watching a video talking about it. Have you watched Game Theory from Professor Zhang? I don't know. I think I might have seen some clips maybe of this guy. Maybe. I don't care anymore. Nothing to get excited over because with these people, it's literally one thing after another. Burchett has been out there a bit. Kind of believe him. Tim Burchett. Is that the guy who was on Sean Ryan? Let me see. Professor Zhang hasn't been spot on lately. All speculation. I think it's all speculation till the end of the day. I think some of these guys literally do that. They throw a Hail Mary and they nail I don't know. And just not the true long-term play of it. But I guess we'll see in the end because this is all time frame wise. This is all nothing. We're going like week by week. Week by week. It's a war. Dude, super entertaining. Great history lessons. I swear he's controlled opposition. See, that's what I mean, though. I like all the different back and forths. It's interesting. As long as there's like an actual debate, you know? Because, yet again, at the end of the day, you got to question the things you're seeing and why you're seeing them, because I don't know, there's algorithms, they got a profile on each of you individually, they know how to cater if they want to make you see something. It's entertainment with real implications. How fun. Yeah, it's someone said they're just completely desensitized to everything. Yeah, I feel that. All the YouTuber videos are titled game-changing, mind-blowing, urgent news, act now, last chance. Your vids seem so real comparatively. I appreciate that, bro, because I hate that shit. It sucks because you do have to do it to a certain extent. You got to do it to a certain extent to fucking try to play the algorithm, so I try my best not to do it. But it's also like, I'm not just going to spew it again. I try not to just spew bullshit. I'm kind of open as long as they fucking... Yo, Justin! Yo, the boy. Elon is becoming by and large from Wale. Yo, shout out Wale, dude. Wally. I appreciate that, though, for real. It's all part of the game. Jang is a grifter, just like Jay Claver. I'm not saying nothing. I try to say what I'm saying with that because we've seen, unless it's fucking WWF theater of him trying to sue Zach Rectum, going after him. Oh, I'm suing you because you're talking shit, because I think Zach came out with like his red folder again. He's like, yo, we got the dirt. It was him and some other guy. They were colluding and getting away with criminal activity. I don't know. That's just what he was saying. So if that's bullshit, it's understandable why he would sue him, because that'd be a bunch of bullshit if it was, but who knows? Recycle thumbnails over and over. I'm sorry if you're talking about me. Every thumbnail has someone with their mouth open in excitement. Corny AF. Dude, that's the game, though. That's the game. It really is. When are you going to do a live guitar strum? I don't know. I didn't have one planned. I didn't have one on the docket, but I guess we could see. Jang said essentially this concludes with treats of nuclear war from by the U.S. or Israel. Russia enters the game like that. Yeah, not happening. Damn. Now I'm like, you're a real one. That clickbait be scraping the new barrel hype is the worst possible part of the crypto space, dude. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of people who just say fucking nonsense too, and it's blatant nonsense. But part of me believes that they believe it. I just saw a clip the other day of the. I'm not even gonna say names. Because you can't. The community's too small, and it's so I don't know. I don't know. Companies create a MD file that gets constantly updated with your analytics, including data on what you watch, how long you watch. I created my own AI assistant and saw this firsthand. I want you to put me on to some content about that if you can, about where I can learn more about that stuff going on. Because I think I saw PewDiePie do that or something. I don't watch his videos like that. But a while ago, I think he made a large video about that exact thing. Fuck that. I want to make my own because that exact reason. Yo, what up, Jeff? Jeffy. Versan. Oh, wait, what you saying about Versan? Let me see. Some of that. Let me go to the chat. I gotta find the chat, guys. I got a million windows open. When you do the news, all this shit, there's just stuff everywhere. Versan with Jim Willie yesterday interview on YouTube, 34-minute mark, explaining what JPM is going to do with XRP due to the G. Really? Might have to take a look at that. I'm very curious. Celsius chat late, but here. Yo, what up? What up? All right, let's maybe take a look at that. Versan and James. What was that? Black Swan Capital? See what he says. What his running theory is about that. Let's see. System's broken. Is he an old guy? Is this one of his live streams? The next Black Swan could wipe out everything. Yeah, I mean, he's always pushing that too. Maybe it's true to an extent, but I mean, these guys are definitely much more on the doom side. Oh, Dr. Jim Willie. Oh, I've heard this guy, Jim. I've heard him speak somewhere before. Not in person, from another guy's podcast. The 34-minute. Take a look. You got to be careful with these types of clips too. 34-minute. BlackRock. Oh yeah, you gotta be careful. Sometimes you hit a for free Willie. Why is Willie? What's up with Willie? Why does he have to be freed? Let's take a look.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
Yeah.
If JP Morgan's got 5 billion coins and it goes up to $100,
Yeah, they can dissolve their debt.
okay, if it's 5 billion times 100, it's 500 billion. $500 billion if JP Morgan can engineer with BlackRock's help and Bank of New York Mellon and the DTCC pushing it up to $100. And you know, that's just the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I think we're headed. Okay, I don't talk about 500 and 1,000, 2,000. That could be, let's leave that alone. Let's not even worry about it. Let's be concerned about, once we get past 3 and 5, we're going straight to 12 and 25. That's where XRP is going. Why? Because Wall Street is insolvent and they need to get bailed out. And they're going to use the XRP as a device. And they gave it away in November, December, when Ripple got the bank license.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they had some backroom deals. The last time we spoke, we actually covered this in depth. I encourage you to go watch
Don't
it.
ever lose sight of that. It means the big banks are going to sign the Clarity Act. Okay. My joke, you remember the Dodd-Frank 2008 financial regulatory bill? Citigroup wrote it. Okay. So now we're wise to that. So now what we have is JP Morgan and BlackRock are trying to write the Clarity Act. Yeah. They're trying to write little clauses in there, backdoor to the digital ID.
I mean, to think they were not going to try, if it wasn't in their hands to begin with, you know, kind of truly, you know, with a lot of these early fucking startups coming out and all the same players like pop off and then they start this and they pop off and they start this and all the same actual web of people are kind of involved with everything somehow.
They're trying to eliminate, you know, staking and dividends and rewards. Okay, that's not going to happen. We got Patrick Witt in the room. Okay, he's our little hero. I give him a lot of credit.
He's actually doing a really good job at the end of the day. Some of these guys are just out there fucking literally nonstop talking, kind of like I feel like Mike Seelig, the CFTC chair a little bit. I'm not saying nothing, but
and I'm surprised that he hasn't been run over yet. I hope he doesn't get it. You know, just watch those red lights and walking signals there, Patrick. Be careful, because he's the White House representative. Donald Trump is criticizing the big banks. Okay, he's criticizing his support base. This is very dangerous ground. Wall Street is going to want the Clarity Act done because they're going to realize 80%, 85% reduced costs in their transfers. But because XRP is going to be becoming the standard neutral bridge asset. Okay, I try to come in from a higher level. Okay, you're much more adept at the smart contracts and the plumbing and all the different connectivity. I don't have that skill. I have colleagues who help me out with that. But I see a global treasury bond crisis and a credit crisis aggravated by the yen carry trade reversal, which I began talking about 3 years ago. And I thought, when is this going to happen? It's overdue. It's overdue. Okay, now it's happening. Okay, I told clients 2 years ago, 5 years ago, they asked me, when is Sumer going to move? I said, when the U.S. government debt is a big problem and it's openly discussed. And we got it.
Yeah.
When's XRP going to move? When we have a big global credit crisis and there's distrust between A and B on how they make payments. And XRP eliminates the corresponding bank, escrow. Okay, so there's 27 trillion in corresponding escrow capital. That's I believe 10 of that is in the United States. 8 to 10 trillion.
Can I intercede for a second? I want to give people a visual, if I can, about how BlackRock and JP Morgan are having these quiet deals with everyone. I want to kind of revisit the conversation we had last time. Well, let's look at the facts. BlackRock has aggressively entered the world of institutional tokenization. Okay.
They say it.
And
they're open
what has
about
Ripple done? Ripple has been building the real world asset settlement infrastructure. So when people wonder if BlackRock is aligning quietly with what Ripple is doing, that they are absolutely, but BlackRock doesn't have to announce this until the deal is done, right? There's definitely some there's evidence, but it's not a direct quote. There's evidence that Ripple and BlackRock have been doing backroom deals along with JP Morgan and the larger, bigger banks. So, I think the big banks are still going to have a seat at the table when all of this unfolds. Ripple wouldn't be able to get that banking license unless they were working with these bigger institutions.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed. Right.
Among the other ones too, but yeah.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm going to.
There was a handful of them.
I don't want to interrupt you. You're on a roll.
Now, the concern I have recently with tokenization, because when I studied the technology, and I'm an advocate of blockchain, but when the banks get involved again, the very same institutions that have been actively working against us, you look at tokenization and their agenda, the model that they're trying to create, it actually widens the divide of wealth inequality. And I think for those who understand it.
All right, I think we get it. All right, yeah, no, I mean, we know the general way this is going. I mean, they're all talking about it, all of them. I told you guys, should look into just that DTCC document I mentioned the other day. It's from like a week or two ago. I showed it on the stream the other day, but it's a whole thing amongst these giant collaboration with these other fucking giant $1 trillion fucking institutions and all this shit. And they just write this 60-page document on the importance of interoperability, and just that's it. So even when I hear these guys saying, "Oh, XRP is like the chosen one," this and stuff, I think it'll do well for sure. I think it'll do well for sure among the other ones, but I don't know. With anything, I don't putting your eggs all in one basket. I don't know. People are de facto that XRP is the chosen one, but just like how the Bitcoin people, and it comes down to the arguments. Speaking of the Bitcoin people, I guess this isn't new. This is from back in March, I think. I asked Grok. Actually, let's take a look at this. DAI is popping off, dude, about Bitcoin. Let's see what he said.
Venezuela could be the biggest energy hub of the hemisphere. And
what the fuck is this guy doing? Yo, he's in his closet. What is going on here? This is so crazy.
Venezuela could be the biggest energy hub of the hemisphere. And imagine a country with this potential, what could do in terms of getting Bitcoin to be a trade and reserve currency because of transactions with a commodity such as oil and gas and other energy.
Because the thing about Bitcoin.
Oh no, dude, not him and his booster seat. What is going on?
Because the thing about Bitcoin is the only reason Bitcoin is valuable is it's big. Not because of what it does and not because of what it is, but it's big. A lot of people use it, a lot of people hold it. So your perception of the other.
Dude, it's literally just. There's a word for it.
Person's view of the value of Bitcoin is what keeps it going. But the minute that some other asset comes along that flips it on CoinMarketCap.
Do you know how fucking historic that day will be? Do you understand? Yet again, we're thinking fucking 10, 20 years out. If everything, if we're still alive and, shit's going all right, seemingly. But is Bitcoin still the top dog when Larry Fink, DTCC, and all the money, all of it, is going to be running on rails of some kind? And they need interoperability just because that's just the way it's going to be. The way it's going to be. Some, I guess, will fucking be dominating over others, but I don't. Is it still number one? Just is it? Like, they make me feel crazy. In my mind, I want to say no. I want to say I don't think it stays the top dog. But if these guys got their fucking sickles in it, like how, what's that book? This guy wrote this book, dude. Oh, what is it? Hijacking Bitcoin. And he went on some podcast, I think Black Horse, and was just kind of talking about it. Like, there's interesting stuff there to look at. Yeah. So
Bitcoin dies because that other asset is more likely than not going to have similar properties to Bitcoin in terms of deflationary monetary policy and all these other things. But then it does all this other stuff. in addition to it. And so then people say, well, why am I using this legacy thing? The other thing is more valuable and it does more. And it also has more sustainability built into it. Mm-hmm.
It actually works, you know, and it's actually used for something. Granted, oh, dude, Jack Dorsey. Actually, I don't even know if I want to cover this right now, but I think it's relevant because it happens tonight, I guess. I don't even want, dude, a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, all right, so whatever. He's saying tonight, like he was teasing yesterday, which is crazy. Fucking Tuesday, 8 p.m. Tuesday, 8 p.m. I think that's just like what he wrote and he was talking about. That's when his deal's like finally up. I don't know, but we keep an eye on tonight. That's all we could do. Keep an eye on everything. The market is staying kind of seemingly flat. I was kind of expecting when I saw that we'd be down a lot more. I don't know. Interesting time. So when the fuck was this? Back in March 2024. This is...
I want to talk about where you think Bitcoin is, but also want to talk about how you think about MicroStrategy and your company as a proxy for Bitcoin now that ETFs are available to the public.
Sure. Well, I think I'd start just with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is certainly at least digital gold.
It's at least digital gold.
It's going to eat gold. It's got all of the great attributes of gold, and it's got none of the defects of gold. If you could teleport gold from New York to Tokyo in a few minutes, people would like it. It's going to divert capital from risk assets and risk ETFs like SPY, and you can see that these ETFs are doing that. It's going to be incorporated into a lot of funds like the BlackRock Global Opportunities Fund or the Strategic Income Opportunities Fund. And so it's an asset class. As it goes into other funds, it's going to become structural. The halving is going to cut the organic supply of natural sellers in half around April 20th. That means there's only about $32 million a day of natural sellers. And the price of Bitcoin is going to have to adjust up in order to meet that investor demand. So I think that's what's going to happen next to the asset class.
In terms, though, of how investors should think about your company, and right now I think they think of your company as a proxy for Bitcoin. It was a way for investors, frankly, who didn't want to buy the underlying coins to get access to Bitcoin and exposure to Bitcoin. The question now, though, that these ETFs have been approved and folks are funneling money towards BlackRock and so many others, how should they think about your company versus doing that?
Yeah, so BlackRock is like the container ship or the super tanker of Bitcoin. They can take $1 billion a day into their capital structure, and they can haul that very efficiently, 25 basis points. MicroStrategy is like air freight. We got higher performance. So what's going on here? MicroStrategy's got leverage. If we borrowed $800 million at 62 basis points.
Yeah, there's only so much I can... You get the picture. I don't know if this is AI or what DAI is replying to it. Is this Lindsey Graham? Who said? Oh, it is Lindsey Graham. Oh, God. So, you know, take everything with a grain of salt, whatever's going on.
The Strait of Hormuz. Right now, they're charging ships, the IRGC, the Iranians, to go through the straits, and they're taking the yuan, not the dollar. One threat of this whole debacle is if we start allowing the Chinese currency to be traded in oil, that will hurt the dollar. In 1974, every barrel of oil sold and traded in the world is traded in dollars. Now, what are the Iranians trying to do? They're trying to change the currency from a dollar to a Chinese yuan, and that's an attack on the dollar. And that needs to end, too. So I'm very optimistic the Strait of Hormuz.
I mean, that, you know, that's at least true. And DAI, he's just reiterating that that's always been his thing. He's been spot on. I think about that. I think, yeah. There's the clarity, the fucking Genius Act. Fucking Genius Act. I think there was a reason that got done first. Big time. Let's see what this guy said. Oh, actually, I think I heard some of this. Yo, Professor Steve Keen, I've never heard of him, who practiced or who predicted the 2008 financial crash, now is warning people Bitcoin's going to zero. Oh, it's all over.
I wanted to come back to something you actually said earlier. You talked about Bitcoin briefly.
Yeah.
I've heard you say that you think Bitcoin's going to zero.
Yeah.
Okay, this is worrying. I think I have some Bitcoin. You're an economist.
Yeah.
You're saying that Bitcoin is going to zero. Why?
Because ultimately, because of its reliance upon energy. I mean, you know Max Kaiser and Stacey Herbert. Have you met them at all?
No.
They were sort of the original proselytizers for Bitcoin, and they're now living in, I think, El Salvador, which has adopted Bitcoin as a form of currency. When they told me about Bitcoin, I could have bought it for £1 of Bitcoin, which would have been, I would have been would be wealthier than you if I'd done that. The reason I didn't was they explained that the way that the public ledger is kept safe is that it takes too much energy to break it. So each transaction requires 10 minutes of computer processing time globally, by the looks of it, to actually create an extra Bitcoin. And that means it's too expensive for somebody to try to break the ledger. That means it's got a huge requirement for energy use. And I believe, knowing what I know from climate scientists, that at some point we're going to realize we're using far too much energy on the planet. We've got to cut the energy consumption. And the two easiest things to cut out to reduce energy consumption are cryptocurrencies and international travel.
I don't know. I don't know nothing. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy facts. Not everyone has a geothermal volcano to power Bitcoin mining. I mean, we've seen stuff too of people jumping ship from the Bitcoin mining to like what was the other one? They jumped ship to. XRP is energy efficient. It only makes sense on paper that whatever other things that are a lot more energy efficient, among many other advantages and improvements. I don't know. My mind would think the money would flow there eventually, no matter what. Kind of making a good point. I mean, we've always kind of had that little assumption. Guy's deluded. Yeah, I love watching Diary of a CEO. Yeah, this guy, I don't know. I can't watch too much of his stuff. I think maybe I've seen 1 or 2 podcasts, but he's too, I don't know, he's too like trying to figure out, I don't know, trying to figure out your soul. This guy's a flip-flopping warmonger, always has been. I saw this guy. Normally he gets good guests on this. Facts. Not everyone has oh, I read that. Okay. And a lot faster. Who knows, bro? Who's this guy? Ladder for the people in the back. Vet. Yeah, so XRP Tokyo is going on right now, I believe. At XRP Tokyo, how XRP has a privileged role on the network and its counterparty free, neutral, and jurisdiction-free nature. Censorship-free money is important to me.
A mechanism around kind of like, bridging liquidity or sort of the glue once you're onboarded on the crypto rail to move from, stable coins into other assets, particularly as to become multi-chain, particularly as to become very different in nature, right? Like you're not only having fiat represented, you have other, real world financial assets represented. You also have crypto native assets represented. And so we really perceive XRP as being sort of like a very efficient glue in the middle, given it's the native asset on XRPL. XRPL is designed to be very efficient, scalable, and it has certainly a privileged state on the XRP ledger itself, in the sense that it's the only native issued asset. It's what solves for sort of like, the gas fees. Every other asset is kind of like, issued by some sort of issuer, and there's some, counterparty risk related to that. The XRP is really backed by code, and it's jurisdictionless, it's neutral. And so we really see it emerge as sort of like this very efficient, kind of like glue on this network and across networks.
The end of the day, it's at the center of it, I mean, it is what it is. Let's see. Something going on in Africa. Crypto Insight chiming in, no way. Who would have thunk this was about China and oil in response to Polymarket? Just something they wrote. Justin Trump is reportedly considering seizing control of Iran's oil sector to gain trade leverage against China. Who knows? Yo, David he's going after Elizabeth Warren about she wants a wealth tax. Jeff Bezos has $222 billion. Oh, I don't even want to get into this stuff, but basically she wants him to pay federal budget increase. Can't possibly be dumb enough. Oh, damn, David's popping off. Let's see what else. What's this? Breaking. Chris Perkins, now head at Franklin Crypto on Clarity via CoinDesk. Let's see.
Right? Clarity I personally think there's a very strong likelihood, if you look at prediction markets, they agree with me. I think it's going to happen. But if it doesn't matter, because you have an amazing chairman, Seelig and Atkins, who are giving us the clarity needed for institutions to enter that space. And every day we get more clarity, it allows us to navigate, right?
I mean, it still is a problem, though, because we need, like, the argument with we need this codified in paper. You know, we need this stamped, fully stamped, because if another Gary comes in, and what good is that? But I don't know. It's interesting, man. It's an interesting time. Oh, here we go. What's Paul Atkins saying, chiming in? If the SEC is telling you that the midterms matter for crypto, believe them.
See, right now with a mostly friendly Congress for your industry, I think you all need to be engaged in this upcoming
Their audio's low. I'm sorry.
election, because I mean, to have Congress really veer off track is not going to do any of us any good, and it's going to put a lot more questions into the future that because people then just have, oh gosh, maybe this is again a passing phase. So we've got to make sure that your friends are in Congress and can continue and get in there. So anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I mean, these guys. I mean, yeah, they have been doing good work. They've come together. They did him and Mike Seelig, the fucking at CFTC. They did their little media circuit together. They're like, things are great now. I mean, that's the tour. I mean, come on. Let's see. Crypto with Claus is good. Give you the good news, bad, happy, sad. I feel like we tuned into one of his videos. I want to visit Tokyo. Never been. Yeah, eventually. I think I'd like to. Is woke. Let's call it what it is. He interviewed Jada Smith. I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. Oh, Jada Smith. That's Will Smith's wife, right? Don't fucking keep my wife's name out your mouth. That was crazy. Fiat currencies use 1 million times more energy. It's another bogus talking point from the control freaks. Let's see. I didn't see the Jada one. Yeah, me either. Anyone see Crypto Sensei from Tokyo? He was so quiet, almost like piss. Like he had a piss 30 minutes ago? I don't know nothing about that. Let's see. Oh man, Anthony Pomplobino. I don't know if this is a fucking AI clip or what. I mean, I think this happened. I give you Satoshi Nakamoto. Yo, don't say it, bro.
CIA thinking about Bitcoin?
Well, just like law enforcement, I guess, we are excited as well because, as you know, people may have thought Bitcoin was anonymous, but I'd say it's pseudonymous, right? It's not truly anonymous. And there's a lot of work that we do with law enforcement, obviously, to try to track, illicit crypto payments by bad actors. I mean,
almost like there might be another player that is propped up Bitcoin. Maybe begins with a T. I'm not sure. I'm not saying anything.
Bad actors, whether they're drug cartels or terrorist groups or outlaw regimes, use cryptocurrency, but they use other tools as well, right?
They use dollars and cars.
Yeah, right.
Stable coins.
They used toner cartridges for their printers, right? It doesn't mean we say we should ban all of those, right? No, I mean, look, Bitcoin is here to stay. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. As you know, more and more institutions are adopting it.
Oh yeah, because they're getting it. It's the hot shit.
And I think that's a great trend, and one that
it's great. It's great because the more people who have it, the more people we can track.
This administration has obviously been leaning forward into.
Yeah, it's great. We love it.
It's another area of technological competition where we need to make sure the United States is well positioned against China and other adversaries.
On what, the fucking Bitcoin war? Who has more Bitcoin? No, I think it's a much fucking more important grand plan going on.
We need to make sure that we are a leader in these fields internationally and not a laggard. And there's, as you know, tremendous potential for law enforcement and the intelligence community to be able to, use cryptocurrency to help track what our adversaries are doing and disrupt it.
One of the things I always am shocked by is people talk about it as a tool for the bad people,
right?
But also it could be a tool for the good people as well, right?
Oh my God, just Just like
And so,
anything. Yeah.
whether
All
it's
right,
Bitcoin or
Anthony
stablecoins or anything
Poplobino.
else, CIA has a lot of payments probably that are going all over the world, as do many large organizations. And so, is that how you guys kind of use as a framework for all of technology? Is like it can be a tool or it can be a weapon against us, and we want to be good at using it, but also understand how our enemies are using it against us.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned right. We use technology as a tool, right? And Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are another tool in the toolbox. It's also a target, right? So it's something we can use to we can disrupt our adversaries' use of it, and we can use these technologies to collect more intelligence, to gather more information about them. So yeah, I think in that respect, Bitcoin is
He's saying it.
actually very similar to other sort of advanced technologies, and one that we have to prioritize. And again, it goes back to there's a little bit of a generational shift, and a cultural shift going on that Director Ratcliffe and I are leading the way on at CIA right now. Not everyone in the government is has these attitudes around new technologies, right? People are sort of trapped in older mindsets sometimes. We have to break through that and realize, this isn't just this idea that cryptocurrency is for people with something to hide. That's just not right.
You sound like
I mean, it's just I don't know, man. It's not a matter of believing it. It's just because like knowing this guy's like background a little bit. It's just I always question why he's saying the things he's saying and why just one day he seemingly just flipped to Bitcoin only. He seemed reasonable at one point and then just like a fucking flip of a switch, like something happened. I don't know. I don't know. It's just interesting. Considering his prior knowledge. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, they're gonna fucking good luck. Good luck hiding from them. Where do you think all the money goes? Stellar. Q4 of 2025 RWA market cap on Stellar increased 184%. Shit. In January 2026, number crossed 1 billion. Franklin Templeton, right? Yeah. That's what I want to see, bitch. That's what I want to see. RWA market cap, yeah. I remember Franklin Templeton being fucking mostly responsible for that. They put their money, I think it was their money market fund, the Benji token. So the Benji fund, Berkshire Hathaway. Yeah, people keep pointing to this. I've seen this pretty consistently. They keep pointing to Berkshire Hathaway sitting on a staggering $373 billion in cash, enough to buy 480 companies in the S&P. Yeah, everyone's going. I don't think they'd be sitting, like, there's a reason they're most likely sitting on an ass load of cash. I don't know. Yeah, they're like, they're waiting to fucking fire sale. They're going to buy it all. I don't fucking know. We'll find out. We remember Fidelity Digital Asset. They got the conditional OCC approval too, I think, for their national charter, something like that. Their stable coin. I mean, everyone's going to have a stable coin. Yeah, he was saying this yesterday, tomorrow, 8 p.m., just because this relates to markets. That's why.
This is a critical period. They have a period of, till tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I gave them an extension. They asked for an extension of 7 days, right? I said, Steve, give them 10 days. 10 days is up actually today, so I gave them 11, I guess, indirectly. I thought it was inappropriate the day after Easter. I want to be a nice person. They have till tomorrow. Now, we'll see what happens. I can tell you they're negotiating, we think, in good faith. We're going to find out. We're getting the help of some incredible countries that want this to be ended because it affects them also. A lot of people are affected by this, but we're giving them till tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time, and after that, they're going to have no bridges. They're going to have no power plants. Stone Ages, yeah, Stone Ages. This is a critical.
I don't know, man. We'll see. It's like, jeez, today shit's gonna be different. Maybe, who knows? They want to impeach Trump again. I'm sure they do. Called a war crime. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. What the fuck? Never ends. Unhinged. Yeah, I don't know. But how many times, like the Maverick on Wall Street? I like his videos. He's always talking about the taco, the Trump chicken and out thing. And I don't know if he's like, oh, let's see. Because if this is not Another one of those. Things can get crazy. Guys, do me a solid. Hit the like button. We got 108 people in it. We got 60 likes. Do me a solid. Taco, yep. I mean, we'll see if that's what it is. We'll see if that's what it... My bet is we'll give them another couple of days. Let's see. I think they just got to keep this shit literally going. And then, I don't know. Until what breaks first? That's the question. You watch the Masters, bro? I don't know what that is. Morning, Mike chat. Oh, yeah, World War IV, baby. Trump remembers what he said and plays it out. Iran said they will not back down. You don't mess with the people that invented algebra defending their land. Damn. You guys believe this? UK gonna have to go outside and get some. Hold on. What's the bright yellow thing in the sky? Sun. For fuck, what? Yo. Tokyo, Taco Tuesday. That's what people are saying. Taco Tuesday. That's what I'm hearing. Now that the countries are helping, this motherfucker always contradicts himself almost immediately. Dude. These guys are literally manipulating markets. It's so crazy. Like, this just so happens right when the markets close. He's given this deadline. I mean, I don't know. It's so fucking crazy. All of it. They're shooting for next week to start the process of getting market structure by end of April. I'm waiting. I'm giving him more towards end of the year. Who is this? Haggerty? Yeah. He seemingly has been pretty good. Calm, cool, collected. He's definitely more reserved and not giving people kind of insight and knowledge, I feel like, to what's going on. I don't know, because he seems like he's actually busy, like getting deals done and shit. Confirmed crypto market, digital assets, and emerging. Blah, 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 blah. Sure, so let me see this shit. Oh. Senator confirms crypto market structure bill is heading to the banking committee next week. Are you for real? Let me see. April 6th. So yesterday. According to this outlet, though, I'd like to know who the fuck said it further. BSCN, like, are they reliable? Oh, they're pretty big. The only platform you need to stay informed. Yeah. Of course you're gonna say that. Everyone wants to be the only platform. We're like, are you kidding me? We're very close. To my expectation is that we get it into committee in the next work period that starts on Monday of next week, Haggerty said. There are several issues still outstanding. I think none of them are insurmountable. He acknowledged there's still a lot more work to do. I don't know. I think it's going to be longer than people think. The bill, originally titled the Clarity Act when it passed in the House in July, would shift primary crypto oversight from the SEC to the CFTC. It has been delayed by government shutdown, stablecoin yield disputes, and ethics concerns. The Senate Agricultural Committee has already advanced its version. Interesting. The original Clarity Act had passed in the House in July. Interesting, Bill. Bill. Night. Jack. Who is this again? Wait, no, Jack Dorsey. This is Jack Dorsey. Nothing seems logical anymore, bro, for real. We need more Judy. No, man. Mike, what about coffee chat and Judy? Oh, I can't. Iran is a shame culture, no matter what terms disagree. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. 250 would make us right about now, dude. A 250 gain would be unheard of at this moment in time. I don't know if I can handle more Charles going on right now. The price is melting my face off, for real. All right, so let's see. Let's take a look at how Bitcoin's competing on the turf. Jack Dorsey retweeting the square. Remember we covered a while back. I've always given him credit. He's out there trying to make it done. Of like fucking being able to just easy use Bitcoin out to pay this, that. If it gets a tax-free exemption of some tax advantage in small transactions like Cynthia Loomis is trying to get, if it gets some type of sweetheart thing like that, I could see them pulling it off. It just needs an advantage of some kind. In my mind, I don't know. Why is it so loud? What? What? Dude, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? Oh my god. $25 in Bitcoin for spending $1. Not a typo. Use Cash App to pay with Bitcoin at a Square seller and get $25 in Bitcoin back. Here's how it works. Open the Bitcoin map on Cash App to discover a Square business that accepts Bitcoin. Spend $1 plus a Bitcoin or cash balance over Lightning at a participating Square seller. Earn $25 in Bitcoin. What? Yo, for 25 in Bitcoin. Diva with the hair flip. Oh, you go, girl. You go, girl. What the fuck? Oh, man. Oh, except people change your life. Boom. Coffee chat. For real. Oh, man. The winning is crazy. The winning is crazy town. Scam alert. Yo, relax. I ain't saying nothing. All right, maybe we hear a little bit of what Charles is talking about. The death of Bitcoin. All right, let's.
Because the thing about Bitcoin is the only reason Bitcoin is valuable is it's
Did we fucking watch this earlier? We did see a clip of him. Wait, I don't even know what the fuck.
big. Not because of what it does, and not because of what it is, but it's big. A lot of people use it. A lot of people hold it.
Yeah, because then I said, oh, that kind of sounds like something, but I think it ended around here.
Not going to like that thing. Let's change it a little bit. Maybe he crossed a bridge. Nobody will believe the parting of the sea. You can't do that. It's doctrine. It's holy books. So anything Satoshi did was holy, so we can never change it. We can never talk about it. And so what that means is eventually you're going to lose your monopoly, because eventually somebody's going to figure out the silver bullet to compete around. And what they'll do is they'll extract your value systematically. Bitcoin DeFi is probably going to be the way. Why does the gold have to live at the gold mine to be valuable? Bitcoin leaving the Bitcoin network can be more valuable on Ethereum or Cardano or Midnight than it can be on Bitcoin, because it makes a yield while it's on Ethereum and Cardano and Midnight and these other systems, whereas it doesn't make a yield there. So if I'm a financial actor like BlackRock, I have no philosophy. I'm not here for Satoshi's vision. I have investors and I have returns. So if I can have an ETF that pays a 3% dividend, I'm going to get more investors than an ETF that pays no dividend at all.
What did BlackRock just launch semi-recently? I thought it was their Ethereum staked ETF.
It's the same underlying asset. They just live on different networks. So you're going to see a wave of structured products that are going to come in that offer yield on Bitcoin at a higher risk category, tranched, and they're going to live on different things. Well, half or more of the Bitcoin is now on other networks. What is Bitcoin exactly doing? Because the Bitcoin's now living somewhere else. The gold has left the mine.
Oh, Charles from X-Men, dude. He always comes up. He's like, Charles, the fucking Magneto guy. I don't know if I want to listen to Goatee guy. Oh, he's talking shit.
Concern is there was a huge amount of investment up front for narratives. And now they're kind of coasting on that investment for narratives, and they've accumulated large treasuries. And what they do is they use those large treasuries to kind of keep momentum in the ecosystem. And there's no greater example of that than XRP. It's number 4 on CoinMarketCap, and I think the Ripple company has more than $10 billion worth of XRP. So they can keep that XRP as the standard going as long as they want to, and they can go buy a prime broker, and they can launch a stable coin, and they can do all kinds of things. But none of that is connected to any demand of XRP. And they can do all kinds of things. But none of that is connected to any demand of XRP. What DApp and DeFi ecosystem do they have? They have none. You can't do smart contracts on XRPL. And they always talk about, next year we'll be able to do this and this. But they're not judging the valuation of that asset based upon what people are doing with it today. You see, so there's valuations are difficult, but I'd say they're mostly narrative driven.
I don't know. The recent integration, I think, is fucking massive. They implemented with the Ripple Prime for the dashboard for the user. Cash, stablecoin, XRP. Simple as day. All right, there you go. Now there's the optionality for that $13 trillion pool. That over time, when people realize, oh, that saves me money, of course I'm just going to fucking use that. Like, they don't give a fuck how it works. Save me money. That's it. All right, easy use.
The layer 1 valuation capture. And then when you talk about valuation growth in a bear market, there has to be buy demand. And if there's no buy demand, the price leaks because there's just sell demand. As you finance things and do things, the early insiders who got rich off of the big initial spike, they start cashing out to pay for their bills. You know, when the recession hits, it gets even worse.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very. That's what I mean. It's. There's no way I can sit there. It's kind of clear as day why he's just a hater on this stuff, unless he's being paid to. Well, he has a direct incentive to view them as a competitor. He's always whatever, man. He's always out there preaching. This guy. There's only so much you could say. It's insane. So who is this guy? Dan Moorhead. What confirms Ripple and XRP as part of the U.S. Strategic Digital Asset Reserve? I don't know who this guy is, so I have zero clue who his credibility is. Dan Moorhead. Who the fuck is that? Cool. Cool. Who is he? What is he? CEO of Pixar. All right, talking about blockchain. I care why. I care why. I will say Grok is not great in my view. Who the fuck is this? Remark in a master investor interview. Who the fuck is this guy?
The U.S. has a strategic Bitcoin reserve. They actually do have a strategic digital asset reserve that has Ripple as well.
All right, get a basic fact like that wrong.
And I mean, Cardano and two others that I can't remember offhand. So, but most countries, I think, will stick with just Bitcoin. Like,
there's no way the clip ends like that. That's like a skit out of The Office.
Like, the U.S. has a strategic Bitcoin reserve. They actually do have a strategic digital asset reserve that has Ripple as well, and Cardano and two others that I can't remember offhand. So, but most countries, I think, will stick with just Bitcoin. Like, the U.S. has a strategic.
What the fuck? It's like I don't know. The comedy timing is like that of like the movie like Step Brothers or something with fucking Will Ferrell. I don't know. It's just like, Ripple and like Cardano and like I can't even remember the other ones, but like I mean they're over there, but it'll only be Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm sure it will. Forever and ever. This is kind of crazy. Back when this was still listed as Ripple. Easter Day 12 years ago. Look at what XRP was sitting at. Look at that shit. You kidding me? Even Bitcoin, all of it. Litecoin, I mean, Ethereum. That's a good buy. That was a good buy. 12 years ago. You got to look at it in those types of time frames. You know, when Ashish, he's like, you can't look at it fucking year by year. You can look at it maybe in 5-year increments to see some actual substantial changes. Interesting. Oh, this guy, I can't watch this guy's videos either. The Wolf of Wall Street, what's he saying?
I don't see much hope for most altcoins. That doesn't mean that select altcoins won't do exceptionally well and outperform Bitcoin. I think they will. But I don't think you're in a world anymore where you can just throw a dart at a chart of altcoins and assume that your thing is going to go 10 or 50 or 100x. Right now, I think on the institutional side, we have a lot of clarity around certain assets. Anything with an ETF, treasury companies that really is tradable by equity investors and traders. I think those have a lot more interest than, coin numbered 97 on CoinMarketCap that may struggle to find a bid if it's only available to, crypto investors who are beat down and have largely lost all of their money. So I would be generally very negative on altcoins as an entire market. I think you have to be very selective and find ones that have utility or can be valued more like companies or stocks that people can understand why they would go up, and otherwise just basically stick to the big names of Bitcoin.
Okay. Okay. Got me. DAI, Bitcoin's commodity monopoly is ending. The 16 digital assets that have been designated commodities are where the money is headed. I think it was a lot more than 16 also. I think it just provided the clarity, so anything that falls within that clarity. Bitcoin had the advantage for over a decade, not because of its superior tech, but because it's a rigged market. Competition is here. Lock in. Yo, he's shooting shots. I don't even know if that's real. A lot of this, I don't know if it's real. Some of it. Unless it's like from a source, direct source that we know, kind of. Every major crash, well, look at that, oil, Giancarlo. This was kind of crazy, honestly. This is from a while ago. I think we covered this, but look who's next to him. Bam, they all know each other.
As a result of the 2008 financial crisis, my firm, GFI Group, was the platform where about 70% of the world's credit default swaps traded. And at the time that Lehman Brothers fell, the Federal Reserve, where it used to be, calculated that there was about $400 billion of credit default swaps written by all the other Wall Street banks that would have to pay out if Lehman Brothers fell. And I knew intuitively that number was wrong because I knew on our trading platform, whenever one bank would write protection on another bank, they turn around and re-hedge it. But those re-hedges were not recorded. And so the Fed added up all the notional amount and came up to this $400 billion figure. Well, we now know that if Lehman Brothers fell, it would have not triggered $400 billion. It would triggered less than $8 billion. In 2008, if we knew that a failure of Lehman Brothers would trigger less than $8 billion of payout, we could have let it fail. We could have let it be sold. We could have bailed it out. We would have had policy choices we didn't have, but we wouldn't have had a bank panic. Yeah. We had a bank panic because nobody knew the full amount, and nobody knew it because it wasn't recorded on a blockchain. Yeah. And that was the eureka moment. If in the 2008 crisis, we had financial cartography to be able to map all of the exposures, we would have known precisely what the real risk is in the economy. That's, if you really want to think about it from a public policy point of view, the eureka bit about blockchain is recording financial transactions in a way that are instantly recognizable and quantifiable whenever you've got a crisis.
I mean, he's pretty good, Giancarlo. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but anytime I see some clips of him, he's always spitting facts, for real. What's he talking about? Lack of transparency? What is this? Who's every crash? Was this too big to fail? What's that? Andrew Ross Sorkin? I don't know if I'm familiar with that guy.
You described 1929 as the prequel to Too Big to Fail. You chronicle the 2008 financial crisis. People were asking you on Too Big to Fail, sort of how did it connect to 1929? Now that you've chronicled them both, how are they connected? How are they different?
Well, I think they're very connected because ultimately every crash is really about one thing.
Oh, we heard this guy. This is the CNBC guy. Oh, yeah, go around, buy my book. I'm selling a book. Always a book. Who's this guy?
In the midterms, 51.
Shut your face. All right, we got through that. I think these are all pretty old stories. SpaceX wants a moon settlement and manufacturing facility in 10 years, dude. They've shifted focus to the moon base. She's talking about it. It's so crazy.
We haven't taken our eyes off Mars. In fact, the first time I met Elon over 24 years ago, it was all about Mars. And he has not lost that passion. So we are not leaving Mars behind, so to speak. That sounds kind of funny. But we have put renewed emphasis and focus on the moon for a number of reasons. The convergence of AI in SpaceX and putting data centers, AI data centers in space. That is easiest, well, I shouldn't say easiest done on the moon because I'd sound like a crazy person, right? But I think it can be far more effective and efficient by manufacturing some product on the moon and using mass ejectors to basically put those satellites in orbit. We're known for having extraordinarily ambitious goals and achieving them, but never achieving them in the time frame that we say. So whatever I say now will be wrong. But I would be disappointed if we didn't have a settlement on the moon and building a manufacturing facility on the moon within 10 years. Hopefully half that.
Dude, that's so insane. Dude, but then there was another clip that just popped into my brain. I forget where I was watching it. And they showed, maybe it was the All In podcast. That guy Chamath or whatever the fuck his name is. But they were showing Jed's company. And he mentioned it. He was like, oh, Jed, maybe it's here. Wait, maybe it is this.
1%.
Maybe this is
If you look at the poly market for what's going to happen in the midterms, 51% chance now that the Dems take the Senate, 86% that they take the House. And, you know, what you're going to take from that is...
Wait, sorry, poly market is now...
Like, I don't give a fuck about these guys on these topics. And like a lot of these topics, I only want to hear kind of what David Sachs has to say, whether he's feeding you bullshit or not. I mean, these guys, like, I feel like he's always wrong.
The Democrats winning both houses?
Yeah, pull it up, Nick. Significant chance of that. And, you know, when this happens...
How much money is being bet on that? Let's just see.
51%. They take the Senate. 86%. They take the House. And $4.5 million
There's $4.5 million on this? Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I tend to filter how seriously I take poly market just based on the total quantum, but this is a big number.
Yeah. And I, you know, listen, this is not me trying to dunk on Trump and my personal beliefs. I think when you lose Tucker, when you lose Megyn Kelly, when you lose Mueller,
come on. They already act mess before the commies get in charge. I'm looking for the fucking video I found that connected Jed's space company to SpaceX and something how they're utilizing, and because he mentioned it. Yeah, the guy who made Ripple or XRP, he says it. He's like, yeah, it's off utilizing SpaceX because they're building some type of like elevator. Essentially, I think the project's called. I don't know if it's Vast Space or if that's another one, but Jed has a fucking space company, which is interesting, to say the least. You know, it's at least worthy of more inquiry. Oh, wait, is this the... Oh, yeah, this song kind of fucks. Yeah, it's ridiculously now. Herb Claver says $750 end of year. You should get sued for lying about the benefit of his company. Yeah, I mean, I'm not speaking on anything. I'm not saying nothing, bro. Nothing about Herb Claver. Yo. Herb Claver. Herb Chamber. Yo, he's got it. Oh, man. Funny times. Guys, do me a solid. Hit the like button real quick. We got 102 people in there. 78 likes. That's it. You're a derp. So what? In a pallet. 556. Yo, what? Damn, y'all are really prepping. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Hope not. I hope not. No, I'm saying like I hope none of this, we don't got to go through no bullshit. But I want to feel Vast. Yes, I think that might be it. Vast space. That might be it. It's like they're building a fucking space elevator, but they're utilizing SpaceX like modular components or something like that to build out whatever kind of use cases they want to build. So basically, yeah, just kind of buying like the fucking Lego pieces that you could just kind of put together in whatever sort of arrangement, something like that. And I was like, that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. The dude who fucking makes Ripple and XRP and Stellar XLM is not, yeah, space. Like, I don't know, it's odd. Just odd. It's not too odd, but very coincidental, maybe to say the least. Better than your mastermind before price appreciation, before it goes up. Wait, what? Yeah, I'm about to send all my assets to them for sure. Jim Willie. I have heard some Jim Willie before. Listen to Crypto Sensei. I feel like we've seen maybe. I really forget what all these people, who these people are, and then I look them up. Is he the blonde kid? Let me see. Crypto. I'm not even saying anything bad. I'm just genuinely like, you finished that Bulls Runners video? Is that the crazy fucking Looking Glass one? No, I haven't, dude. I haven't had the time, really. 10 Reasons XRP. Oh, this is Crypto Sensei. Oh. Yeah, no, I didn't finish that Looking Glass video. Let me see. No, not Crypto Sensei. Do we see what Coffee Chat's up to? What's his name? What's his name, bro? Give me his name! Digital Outlook. There it is. Digital. Oh, shit. Yo, we're getting hit with another boom. Here we go. XRP. Someone just grabbed 20. What is that? 20 million XRP. Boom.
Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Oh my gosh, is that ever delicious? I'll tell you what. Wow. Oh, some mornings you just need a coffee more than other mornings. There's zero doubt about that, guys.
I get that, but kind of like with these, but when it's like fucking winter and it's cold out, oh my god, a coffee hits different.
What is going on right now?
I'm not even making fun of him, dude. He's inspired the Celsius chat.
Insane.
He's the fucking
in
OG.
the wide world. When you hear the rhetoric that's going on, and you got one country I'm going to blow the smithereens out of another one, and on and on. And
What, bro? I mean, you don't gotta put it like
guys,
that.
you
But
gotta think. all the politics, put that aside. What about the day-to-day people, the moms and the dads and the kids and
Yeah, for
that
real.
kind of stuff? It really gets, right down in here. And boy, am I ever praying that somehow, some way, God works this whole thing out for his glory. That is for sure. And for the protection of all these people. Now,
Yeah, for
guys,
real.
having said all that, look, this space is really heating up. Reading an article today how a big time wallet withdrawal off of Upbit of 20 million XRP worth about $27 million, indicating a very long-term hold. This is a big deal. Coinbase recently came out with this survey that they did.
Yo, who said, yo, it's not worth watching if Judy ain't in it? Yo, relax. Yo, not Judy. Judy's the best. They're the best. They're the best, for real. They're the OGs. I don't trust anyone that is that happy. I mean, when you get coffee like that, make anyone. I do like that MTV XRP thing. I was eyeing that too, honestly. I would buy that shit. Where is that? Yo, I might have to. Yo, that's pretty fucking legit. Oh my god, look at this freeze frame of them. That's a thumbnail right there. That's sick. Everyone, no. Did you did the fishbowl shot yet? It's a good idea. I don't know what that is. Dave is a great hype man. Yo, for real. Good God, coffee and crypto with this guy. What more do you want? What more do you? He just saw. No, stop it, dude. They're saying he just saw Judy. Yo, stop. Crackhead. Yo, not Crackhead Bob, dude. Crackhead Bob is the best. Oh, man. And Beetlejuice. Fucking OGs. Where is the video I was supposed to be looking for? What's going on? What is going on? Actually, let me get a good refresh of the Twitter timeline. Because at this stage... Oh, what's going on? Yeah, leave. AI is back in the spotlight. I don't give a fuck, Ondo. I don't give a shit. What? UK's wireless festivals. What? What is going on here? Just in, UK's wireless festival is canceled as a result of the Home Office banning. Yeah. Oh, that. Never mind. I thought it was like fucking like I don't even want to say the word. I don't even want to say something bad, real bad. Since we're in like a little bit of a wartime scenario going on right now, some scary shit. Paul Ordonio reveals Tether is building Hyper Search, a decentralized search engine. Sure, it'll be decentralized. Intel is joining Terra. Intel. Oh shit. Tesla. SpaceX are launching the most epic chip building effort ever, combining logic, memory, and advanced packaging under one. Wow, interesting. Interesting. Yo, dude, an X Money's coming out, starting to roll out this month too. Fucking cool. Like what? That's interesting. All right, Patrick. No, what's his name? PBD. Oh, that dude. I cannot watch that show. I just can't. He just saw Judy coming out of the show. No. CME, Avalanche, and Sui futures. Here we go. Yeah, I'm sure that's nothing. I'm sure the ones getting these products and ETFs, yeah, I'm sure they don't have at least somewhat of a bright future ahead. Who knows? It's almost like there's going to be a lot of them. The Earth. And Pagan. Yeah, I don't care about a lot of this shit. Let me see. Nothing really crazy going on right now. And yet again, based on what he tweeted, based on what Donnie tweeted earlier, of like, a whole civilization will die tonight, Tuesday, 8 p.m. He's like, fuck it, that's crazy. But you would think the market would be freaking the hell out more based on that statement, which I thought was interesting. So, brought to you by Fox News. Yeah, I mean, it's also just fucking insane. Sui might be a good buy. It's been in the absolute toilet. Yeah. I have my pretty concrete pool of picks, as you guys know, of the ones that I think, in terms of weighting too, you know, which ones I lean more heavily. The market is calling bullshit. Yeah, probably. Taco Tuesday. That's what he. I honestly hope that happens, because then the Maverick of Wall Street's videos are mad funny every time he does it. Time for the news. His fucking voice is funny, man. Calling bullshit, huh? Let's see. This morning we were absolutely in touch with them. Absolutely, the talks have been positive. Oh shit, yo, Fox News pumping it out. Fox News pumping it out. Senior U.S. official tells Hemmer in the morning, we're absolutely in touch with Iran. Absolutely, the talks have been positive. If we get lucky, we'll have something by the end of the day. Oh, man. DAI saying Trump always creates drama, then surprises everyone, then wins. I'm surprised people still can't figure this out. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. The first photo of the far side of the moon. Nice. PBD. I can't watch that. Just in, Iran closes all diplomatic and indirect channels of communications with the U.S., suspending the exchange of messages following Trump's threat to... Like, what is real? Like, you get you'll scroll half a thing, and I'll have so many different contradicting ones back and forth. Oh, man. Don't forget to invest. Whatever happens. I mean, I don't fucking know, man. Modern investor, don't forget to invest in something today. I don't care what it is. Crypto, stocks, bonds, something digital, gold. I don't care. Just buy some sort of asset today. All right. War crime alert. Trump and Iran. A whole civilization will die tonight. Never to be brought back again. Yo, Alex Jones is popping off, dude. This is not what we voted for. Wow. Breaking block. Yay. Just a great post here, worth a read. I'm embarrassed. This is Ethereum visualization of all coins. 5 years of nothing sideways, zero bull market. Okay. The stable coin fucking... Oh, what's up with this? Strap in. Poly market doesn't seem to believe Trump's deal-making abilities. Whoa, they're saying ceasefire. What was that? 107 million of volume? They're thinking by December? Really? Interesting. No. I hope North Korea isn't Satoshi. Yeah, me too. Yeah, that was a while ago. And then we saw that. This was crazy too. All right. Interesting stuff. Yo, what the hell? Dave Grohl, man. Yeah, yo. Solid song, solid band. I think, this might be a wild statement. Might be a wild statement right now. I don't know how wild of a statement this is. I gotta find it first. Hold up. I think this might be one. This might be top 3 rock songs of all time. This has to be. I don't know. That might be a wild statement. There's a lot, though. Like, there's some early Rush shit. Dude, this is just fucking instant classic, dude. This is their best song. I like this way better than Everlong. To the sky, yo, you 100. There's only... Wait, what? Someone said that was the only song they 100%ed on. Rock Band. Yo, Rock Band was the fucking greatest game. It still is the greatest game on the planet. 100%. Make my way back on when I learn to fly. Looking for a satellite break time. Yo, what's that little emoji next to that? Dave was such a... Wait, what? Dave is such a Vax Maxer? Oh, I don't know. I'm just vibing to the music, you know? That's it. Looking at the firmament to save me. What? And is the Artemis rocket in the barrel guy post? It's definitely a theory. 100% vocal is crazy, because I never did the vocals ever for obvious reasons. Like, if you can't... I don't know. That was definitely... The guitar, dude, the drums are fun as fuck on Rock Band too. Drums are just fun instrument in general. My proudest achievement, that's pretty tough, honestly. With the pitch, you got to do the pitch like a whammy bar. Burn out bright. Satoshi was CIA. On my side, too many ties. I mean, the origins are definitely interesting. The origins of all these different players and the same cross-pollination of people. Home when I learn to fly. Satoshi. The world is a stage, and all of the men and women are actors. Actors. Jed McCaleb is on the board of advisors for Velo. They're aiming to be like the XRP of South Asia, really. I haven't seen anything on that. I'd have to see that. Anybody else driving around on a forklift? Listen to my guy here. Yo, we got forklift drivers. That's fucking tough. That's tough, dude. Dude, I used to fucking whip those in Halo 3. Forklift. Absolute tearing ass. Tearing ass. I'm trying to pull something up real quick. Real quick. Where are we? Yo, it's only 10. Definitely dropping. Wait, definitely dropping around on my forklift. Yo, that's sick. That's sick. Why am I not signed in? What the hell is this shit? Why am I not signed in? Patty the Platypus, why am I not signed in, Patty? Guys, join our group, the Minutemen. Link in the description below for the Patreon, all right? The best way to support the channel, if you want more live streams and all this stuff, this is the best place to support it, because the VODs on here get demonetized, so anything helps. Exclusive videos weekly, dude. Exclusive videos weekly. I actually gotta make one within the next day. Smoke sessions, rants. I mean, we got it all. People really like these videos, the outside smoke session vibes, but the weather's just been so ass. Well, we've had a couple of nice days, but then it's like back to snowing and shit. So there's nothing you could do with that. Working from home with a wiffle ball bat size blunt, watching my boy. Yo, that is the move. That is the mood. Quit breaking pallets in my trucks, you forklift trucks. Cement truck driver over here. Yo, this is sick. Slap the like button, then slap like you slap your chicken. You shouldn't be slapping your chicken, dude. Spanking that. You should not be spanking the chicken. Oh, we're dropping. We're dropping like a fly. Oh my god. Holy shit. Yo, imagine we catch the market crash that everyone's been anticipating. This would be remarkable. I want to catch some crazy event live. Although we did go live when we had a jump from like, fuck, what we had, like $1.83 all the way up to 250 something. We saw that swing in a day we were live. You're supposed to choke the chicken. You shouldn't be choking nothing. Punching the clown, hitting the slappy. You're hitting the slappy. Driven a semi through Tennessee. Yo, that's sick. There's a great guy on TikTok. This old guy, he's a truck driver and he talks like this, but he's the man. I'm not making fun of him. That's just how he talks. And he takes him to the gas station and shows him what he buys. Like, yeah, you can eat the pickle. There's like a pickle thing he buys. Dude's the man. Driving fucking 10,000 miles in a night. That's some crazy shit. Choking the chicken. Hitting the yitty. What? Sand and seat warmer here. Been in business for years. That's what's up. Working from home. Oh yeah, with the wiffle ball blunt. Hey, that's what's up. That's awesome. Where the fuck is the thing I'm looking for? The best of you. Mike Seelig said some bullshit. Yo, he's talking about the baseball leagues. Buddy, let's get fucking regulations passed, please. Please. A few weeks ago. Oh shit, Sean Ryan. People are up in arms. Here we go. Everyone's turning. On Donnie's tweet earlier where he's like, we're going to destroy a whole civilization. That is crazy. DTCC tweeting. Talking about their same shit. They want tokenization rocking and rolling too. Alright. Alright, guys. Hit the like button. Subscribe, all that shit. Notifications to know when we go live. Support on Patreon. If you like any of the live streams and videos and you want more of them, that's the best way. Best way to do that. And that's it. We'll see what happens. NQ is dropping fast. Well, stay tuned. I mean, the timer's on. The timer's on. Till 8 o'clock. Do we get a Taco Tuesday? Well, we're going to find out. All right. I'll see you guys in the next one. Follow on X2. Link in the description.